Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Smoky Medic Barbecue. So for today's video, what we're doing is what they call poor man's burnt ends. So what I have here is a chuck roast. It is, oh, I don't know how much it weighed actually. Probably about 2.5, 3 pounds. Um, so all we're gonna do right now is we're gonna cube this up. Um, I usually try to go about an inch, inch and a half. Try to keep them all about the same so they cook evenly. Um, so we're gonna cut this up first. We're gonna be throwing this on the smoker later, but for now we're just gonna get everything seasoned up. It does help to have a very sharp knife. And as you can see, we got a little bit of silver skin, which we're going to deal with that here shortly. We'll get that trimmed up. I thought maybe it would be easier once this is trimmed to take care of that. So for the silver skin, because this, you definitely don't want to bite into this. We're just going to very carefully just trim that away. This is pretty easy to cut off. If you take a little bit of the meat with you, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, you don't want, this is the stuff you don't want on there. It doesn't really break down. It's hard to chew. Doesn't make for a very good bite. So we're going to do the same with these other ones here too. So yeah, we're gonna do that with these other pieces, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to start seasoning this up. All right, so we got that all taken care of. There still is some fat on there, which is fine. That'll break down. So all we're gonna do at this point is we're gonna cube this up. I do have a bowl here. I'll show you in a minute. What I like to do once I get these cut to the size that I want them is put them in a bowl, and it makes it easier for seasoning. But yeah, we're just going to cube it up just like that. Maybe a little larger than bite-sized pieces, but these are going to be really tender when you're done. So you can break it up. You don't even need a knife. You'll be able to break it with a fork. So we're going to cube these up just like that. Two more here. So for now, we're just going to get these seasoned up and put them in the fridge to give that seasoning a chance to soak in a little bit. These are a little large, so I'm going to cut those in half one more time. One more here. All right, so get this cutting board out of the way. Take the glove off here. Okay, so for our rub today, I have this Cosmos Q double pepper cow rub. I've used this before on briskets. Very, very good rub, gives you really good bark. So as you can see, I've got everything in a bowl here. So what we're going to do is just get this a good coating. Dump a bunch in there. We'll mix this around. Put some more in here in a minute. This is, I do the same thing with the chicken wings actually when I'm going to be putting those on the grill with their smoker. It's a really easy way to just get everything seasoned, especially when it's smaller pieces and you're trying to get multiple sides. This is exactly what I do. On the other side of my sink here, I have a sheet tray with a wire rack in there. So what we're going to do is set these on that wire rack and put them in the fridge. And then we'll pull them back out when we're ready to get the smoker going here. So, but yeah, once you get the right amount of seasoning on there, as you can see, these are coated pretty well. Might do a little, maybe a little more. You're not gonna over season them. So yeah, we got that. So what I'm gonna do is put these on a wire rack, stick these in the fridge for a little bit, let that salt and everything adhere, let the salt soak in to the meat a little bit, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to fire up the smoker. All right, everybody. So we're using the Weber Smokey Mountain today. I do have this up to temperature here. Got it lit already. So we're gonna get our meat on. I'm gonna try to keep this on these trays here if I can, just to make it a little easier. Let's see, I might have to use the other rack, which is fine. Yep, that's fine. So we'll set that here. This is kind of the reason why I wanted to use this smoker, was because I have the two racks and I wasn't sure if it would all fit on the one on the kettle. So we're going to use that. We'll get those on. We're going to try to keep this at about 200, 220 for the first bit or so. We are just using regular Kingsford blue charcoal. And I have a couple chunks of hickory that we're going to throw in. So we're going to open the door here, get that in so we got some smoke going too. But yeah, I got the water pan full. Keep some moisture in there. We don't want nothing drying out. And yeah, we'll bring you back. We'll check on it in a little bit. But like I said, we're going to try to keep this at about 200 or so. We'll see how it goes. So I'll bring you back when we're checking on the meat here. All right. I just gave these a look, and they're coming along good. Happy with the color, but we are going to give them a little bit of a spritz. I'm just using regular water here. Sorry about the close-up, but yeah, just regular water. Make sure we get the ones on the bottom. Water pan's pretty good still. But yeah, we just don't want nothing drying up. So we'll give that a squirt. And yeah, so that's what the color's looking like now. They're still quite a ways from being done. But yeah, we're going to close the lid back up and keep going here. We've been going at about 220, 225, so we'll keep that going. And yeah, I'll bring you back when we're taking another look. All right, so I just probe checked these. They've been in about I'd say about 2.5 hours-ish. So what we're going to do, I have a tray here with barbecue sauce and some butter. This is what we're using today for our barbecue sauce. This stuff might be kind of hard to find if that's the particular brand you're looking for. A friend of mine goes hunting down in southern Illinois here and brings some of this back with him. But yeah, this is what we're using today. I wish we had that available in my area here, but we do not. So what we're going to do is take our pieces here and we're just going to put them in the tray. And after we get everything in here, we'll give it a stir, make sure everything's nice and coated, and throw it back in here and wait till they're probe tender. So it's going to probably be another couple hours, which is fine. We're not in a hurry. Let me put some gloves on here because I know this is going to be very warm. We'll get this other one off of here. So we're going to do the same thing. Just take these, drop them right in the pan. These have got some pretty good color on them. The bark is nice and set. The rub is stuck on there, so we don't have to worry about nothing scraping off. So I'm going to take this bottom thing off right there. We'll put our top rack back in, just like that. And what we're going to do is just give these a nice little mix. Make sure everything's nice and coated. We got that butter in there, help with, give it some fat and some moisture. Barbecue sauce, it'll help make some really good gravy too, because we usually serve this with mashed potatoes. So it'll be really good with the potatoes. So yeah, now once we get everything all coated, kind of spread that butter back around, we are going to put some foil over the top of this. Get a nice tight close on here. We got heavy duty foil. So yeah, close that up nice and tight. I'm going to try to bump the smoker temperature up to, I'm thinking about 250 or so, 225, 250. But yeah, now that we got that all closed up, we'll put the lid back on. And yeah, we'll just keep watching our temperatures. It's probably going to be another 2, maybe 3 hours. So we'll check back in and see how it's looking in a couple hours. All right, I think it's been about 5.5 hours total since we've started everything. I've checked this a few times since we've wrapped it with the sauce and everything. These are feeling pretty tender, so I'm going to give you a look at what we got going on. This is it right here. So, I mean, temperature is important, but you also, really the big thing is you want to make sure that they're very tender. When you probe it with your thermometer, it should feel just like sliding through butter. These are nice and tender. This is exactly how we want them. And just to give you an idea, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but that's at about 211. It's 209, 208, 209. But yeah, so these are completely finished. This is right where we want them. Very tender. So yeah, we're gonna be eating these for dinner with we usually just do it with mashed potatoes. But thank you for joining, and we'll see you for the next video.